Hey everybody, I'm out here at McIntosh Reserve. I wanted to bring you out here because part of our haunted Coweta tour we're going to do is going to include, the first stop is going to be here for the Native Americans. And right here is the grave, the grave site of William McIntosh, who signed away all of the native lands of the Muskogee Creek, and he was killed for it. It was a treasonous act, and they say he may be buried here or he may not be buried here. Now, he did sign away all of the land, and this was his home. Got a mower coming over, so sorry the noise is going to be coming through here for a minute. Let the mower go. Show you the stone again while the mower's going past. Here's his stone. Now, always a mower when you're making a video. Always a mower when you're making a video. So they say that he may be buried here or he may not be buried here. They may have moved his body somewhere to preserve it from desecration, or he's here. But the park rangers will tell you that they do not have permission to exhume the grave and look for him. So we don't know if he's there at all. But one thing we do know is that William McIntosh, here's a little bit about him here on this plaque. William McIntosh signed away at the Treaty of Indian Springs all of the land, which is now most of western Georgia. He signed it all the way to the federal government against permission of the other chieftains. And this was his home. And he was here at his home when the other Muskogee Creek found out what he did. And they were very angry that he had signed away all the property, and they sent men out to this property and they burned him out of the house. And when he came running from the burning building, they shot him and killed him, and he literally died right here on the property. Here at the home, this one says, Council Bluffs Treaty, December 11th, 1821. Here at the home of Creek Chieftain William McIntosh, a treaty establishing a new boundary between the Cherokee and the Creek was drafted and signed. The north boundary was later used in the first survey of Carroll County. And this was his home. And he came running out here, and they killed him, and he died on this plot of land, and he is supposedly buried there. But no one knows for sure if his body is really there or not. At the time of his death, he had 3 wives. And this is a stone memorializing General William McIntosh. And the home is not the actual home, but it is a recreation in a similar style. So I thought y'all might enjoy this out here. This stone was hewn from West Georgia limestone. The McIntosh stone represents a significant time of the state's history. The stone remained on the site from the time of McIntosh's death until 1825, when in 1916 Carroll County received the idea of relocating it to the campus of the Agricultural Mechanical School, which is now West Georgia. Seeing the stone's significance, it was returned here in the summer of 1916. William McIntosh's home and adjacent supposed burial ground. I want to take you inside this replica cabin of William McIntosh. He is a famous chieftain who signed away his native land, and he was burned out of this building and then shot. But the cool thing about this particular cabin, it is also a filming location. This is where they filmed part of the movie Lawless. Pretty neat old stones. Pretty cool stuff. I don't have my GoPro with me, so I'm just on the phone. Look at this neat old chimney. The house is a recreation. It is not the exact house where the chieftain lived, but it is a recreation in a similar style. He would have had a large house because he was very wealthy. He was so wealthy that he had 3 wives. Imagine being able to support 3 wives and all those numerous children that they gave him. And I want to take you up because this is also a filming site from the movie Lawless. The final scene in Lawless is in this cabin. And I'll show you just where Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf, this is the room where they filmed the final scene of Lawless. I think there was a shootout here. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of the things. I believe behind this door, some real action happened. So we'll go back and check all that out. The fireplace is significant from the movie Lawless as well. We'll find all that stuff and match it up for you. Out here without the GoPro, but I'm on my phone. And I wanted to take you to William McIntosh's a recreation of the home he would have lived in. He was a Muskogee Creek chieftain, and they came here and filmed the movie Lawless right here in this cool old structure. I'm not going to tackle the steps. The building, here's something about the original building. This was the Acorn Bluff Inn and Tavern. This reconstructed log cabin home, circa 1839, a pine 2-story dog trot design, was moved from Century, Alabama in 1987. It is similar to the original William McIntosh house and inn, which was burned in 1825. When they burned this building, William McIntosh came dashing out into the yard and was shot and killed right here. He was considered, it was treasonous. Now I want you to notice something about, people were smaller back then. Look at this little door. And you know, Miss Sally, I'm just pretty short. And this is barely above my head. Most people would have to duck to get in here. But I wanted to bring you out here because I thought it was really cool. I happened to be doing a gig out here in the area, so I thought I'd bring you in. Other things, people have done some student films here, because I mean, come on, what a cool place. And it even has that old smell to it. Really cool old little cabin, a settler's cabin, a beautiful preserved. Here's the yard. William McIntosh would have owned a massive amount of land here. He was a cotton farmer. The floor is sloped. This cottage is so old. The floor is, if you can see that. But we got a nice breeze coming through. So you can imagine the Native American chieftain in here, and he was known to be treasonous. He sold away his native lands. He didn't have the right to sell all that land, and so they came here and burned him out. He went running in the yard and was killed, shot and killed here at this old cabin. This is a replica, but it's the same style that would have been William McIntosh's home. And again, this particular room is very famous from the scenes of Lawless. Now, I know there was a cabin scene filmed over at Elder's Mill, but they also came here and filmed part of the movie of Lawless right here. And I'll go back and see if I can get some screenshots to match up with the doors and the fireplace. The settler's home of Chief William McIntosh of the Muskogee Creek Nation. I hope you enjoyed this, walking around out here on this cool preserved cabin. Show you a little bit of the outside. I find this kind of interesting, the way this was constructed. Now, I'm sure some of the construction is newer because they are trying to preserve something that is over 200 years old. So you got to do a little bit of preserving to maintain that. And again, this is a little upstairs view. Woo, going up the stairs. At McIntosh Reserve Park, it's one of my coolest places to go. I love it here. You can come out. The Chattahoochee River is down along this way. And this is the cabin where they filmed part of the movie Lawless. And it is also historically significant as the site, the very dirt where William McIntosh was executed and killed by his own Muskogee Creek people. Hope you enjoyed the video. This old settler's cabin is a recreated, it was moved here and put on the spot, the very dirt where William McIntosh lived. Chattahoochee River is down the hill. This is McIntosh Reserve. And this isn't the house where he lived, but it is of a similar style that he would have lived in. But the significance here is the dirt. Out here on McIntosh Reserve.